Initiating moisture.
Welcome to the Moist Meter. Today we're taking a look at The Mandalorian Season 2. I know I'm a little tardy to this party, but I just marathoned it over the last day or so, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I know it's hard to get excited for anything in the Star Wars franchise after the absolute fucking disaster of diarrhea that was the new trilogy, but you're gonna have to take my word for it that The Mandalorian is significantly better than anything else we've seen from this franchise since Disney bought it. The Mandalorian is what happens when you give the Star Wars property to people that actually know the universe and care. And more so than that, even if you fucking hate Star Wars, you could still like The Mandalorian, whereas you can't say the same for the new trilogy. That was entirely banking off the nostalgia of the actual good movies that came before it. The new trilogy just doesn't work. I could go on and on about how fucking bad all three movies are and how they kept fucking switching direction with no roadmap. It's a disaster. The Mandalorian is nothing like that. You don't even have to like Star Wars. You can fucking hate Star Wars, but find things to like about The Mandalorian. It's just a really enjoyable show. I liked the first season a lot, and the second season is even better. Much better, even. There's only one episode in the second season that I didn't care for that much, and it wasn't even a bad episode. It was the second episode. I'm not going to give spoilers, but in a nutshell, it felt like some Naruto filler shit where Mando had to crazy taxi a frog princess across the system, but he wasn't allowed to travel at the speed he'd like because if he traveled too fast, her eggs would die for some reason. It just wasn't a very good episode in my opinion. It just didn't feel that great, but it wasn't a bad one either. It just felt more like it was padding, and it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Everything else, though, I thought was absolutely fantastic. The visuals in this show are second to none. There is no TV show that I can think of that has visuals that look like this. Every episode feels like it's a big budget Hollywood production. The budget here must be absolutely absurd for what they're able to capture here on screen for 8 episodes. It looks incredible. It looks and sounds amazing. The score is great. Set design top notch. You name it in visuals, and this show excels in the department. It is really impressive. They were able to keep that kind of quality for 8 episodes. Also, I think they really did a great step up in their choreography for fights and everything. Every gunfight's pretty cool to watch. Their fist fighting and like using actual weaponry hand-to-hand combat, really, really nice. Like, it is actually pretty good shit going on there. It's not just like, here's a one punch and they're dead. It's usually like, oh, here's some like fucking Jujutsu Kaisen shit, like blocking moves, and it's really good. The action is great. And there's a lot of it. Every episode is packing some fucking meat. And this has a really emotional journey. It's about Mando and his connection to Baby Yoda and everything they go through for him trying to complete his mission and growing more and more attached to Baby Yoda and vice versa. Like, it's really good. Like, this is the most emotional Star Wars has been, like, in a long fucking time. I can't even recall actually caring about characters in a while. And this one does great. Every character they introduce is pretty good for the most part and fleshed out. Not fully fleshed out because it's only 8 episodes, but it does introduce them in good ways and sets them up for bigger roles in the future, which I look forward to seeing. And really, it just got me excited for Star Wars again. This really felt like it was made with love. And like in the first episode, you're getting references to the Old Republic going up against enemies that you've seen in the Old Republic video game. Like, you see some shit that very clearly shows, oh, they're tying in like a lot of Star Wars shit here, not just like making shit up. They're actually using established lore from the extended universe. Like, it's got a lot going on. And if fans of Star Wars, I imagine they can very much appreciate that. I know I did, and I'm not even the biggest fan of Star Wars. I recognize some shit, and I was fucking pumping my fist like, yeah, oh, it's good to see you again on screen. You know, that kind of shit. It's just really nice. And it's such a breath of fresh air in a pretty stale, stagnant, dead franchise thanks to the new trilogy. It's just lovely to see The Mandalorian actually still trying to make some good content in the universe, because I do think the Star Wars universe is pretty interesting, especially the extended stuff, and that's really where it shines. I really think the best thing they can do is just make the new trilogy not canon and just start over and just focus on these 90 shows they've announced for Star Wars and try and build it that way. Because maybe it just doesn't work as movies anymore. Because those 3, truly terrible. If you take away, like, those being canon, you have so much more freedom to explore a much more interesting universe. But I doubt they'll do that. But anyway, like I said, Mandalorian Season 2, it's even better than the first one. It's really good. You don't even have to like Star Wars to enjoy it. It's got action. It's got emotion. The visuals are the best you're ever going to find in a TV show, I think. At least currently. It's really just super fucking good. Plugging it into the moist meter, Mandalorian Season 2, that's an easy 90%. That's a 90% all fucking day. I was glued to it for all 8 episodes that I sat down and watched in like 2 sittings. Great stuff. That's about it. See ya.